General Hospital spoilers reveal that the shocking story of Joe's true identity is rocking Port Charles, and no one can predict the extent of the chaos it will create. Gio has always believed he was an orphan, that his parents had died, leaving him alone with a painful past and no one to rely on. But now, the truth has been revealed in an unexpected way. He not only has living parents, but they are the people who have been right in front of him all along, Dante and Brook. This is not only a shock to Gio but also to Dante and Brook. Neither of them ever imagined that their past mistake could come back in such a way, destroying everything they once believed in. Brook, who has always tried to build a better life with Harrison Chase, now has to face the truth that she had a child she never knew about. Dante, who once believed that his life had no hidden secrets, now has to face the fact that he had a son all these years without knowing it. But the biggest shock is to Gio himself. The feeling of being deceived, being stolen from his real parents, has caused him to lose control of his anger. His entire life has been a lie, everything he once believed in has collapsed. The memories he has of his foster parents, the story he had heard, were all a setup. The sense of disorientation and pain has thrown Gio into a spiral of rage, confusion, and indescribable sorrow. While Dante and Brook try to find a way to explain, they quickly realize that this is not just an unexpected truth, it is a deep wound they may never be able to heal. Joe's obsession with the past is slowly resurfacing, and the emotional trauma he once endured is now becoming even more severe. The sense of loss, betrayal, and the pain of realizing that the people who should have protected him are the ones who have hurt him the most has pushed Gio to the brink of collapse. This explosion of emotion not only affects Gio personally but also leads to a series of consequences for those around him. Sonny, Olivia, Ned, all of them are pulled into the whirlwind of this devastating truth. What was once buried in the past now resurfaces, threatening to shatter everything. And for Gio, his anger could lead him down a path of no return. Will he be able to forgive Dante and Brook, or will this pain turn him into a completely different person? And can those who hid the truth find a way to heal the deep wounds in Joe's soul? One thing is certain, this truth not only changes Joe's life but could also destroy everything Dante and Brook have fought to preserve. Gio is in utter shock as the truth about his identity is finally revealed, shattering everything he once believed about himself. His entire life, he believed he was an orphan, that his biological parents had long passed away, leaving him to grow up in isolation and emotional deprivation. But now, everything he once knew has been turned upside down. His parents are not dead, they are not ghosts in distant memories, they are Dante and Brook, living right in Port Charles. The fabricated stories about Joe's past were not just lies, they were a severe manipulation of his life. He is no longer just someone searching for the truth, he is now a man haunted by things that were never revealed to him, secrets that have changed the very course of his life, unbeknownst to him. This shock is not merely a discovery, but a major turning point, something that could change him forever. The sense of betrayal, being deceived, being controlled like a pawn by the very people who were supposed to protect him, has pushed Gio into a dark void he can't seem to escape. If his parents never died, if all the stories about them were lies, then what else in his life isn't the truth? Does he really know who he is? Every day that passes, the explosion inside Gio grows bigger. He no longer just feels angry, he feels disoriented, lost, as if the world he once knew is slowly falling apart. This not only affects him, but also ripples out, sparking a series of new troubles that even those involved can't control. Brook and Dante, who have unwittingly become the cause of Joe's downward spiral, don't know what to do to calm him down. They never imagined that their past secret would have such catastrophic consequences. Brook might feel guilty, and Dante might try to find a way to approach his son, but they both understand that Gio is no longer a boy who can easily forgive, he is a hurt man, and these wounds will not easily heal. But what's most concerning is the path Gio might choose to take. He was once a man living in the shadows of the past, but now, those shadows are thicker than ever. With every passing day, with every unanswered question, the anger and loss in his heart grow. Can he forgive his biological parents? Or will he choose a completely different path, one where the secrets that have been hidden from him all these years will push him to a point of no return? Regardless, one thing is certain, Gio is no longer the same person. The truth has changed him forever, and the trouble it brings has only just begun. Dante and Brook Lynn are facing the greatest challenge of their lives as the truth about Gio is exposed, forcing them to confront the parental responsibilities they have never fulfilled. Neither of them ever had the opportunity to nurture or watch their son grow up, but now, as Gio discovers that his life has been a string of lies, they can no longer hesitate. This is no longer a time for excuses or apologies, it is time for real action, to prove that they will never abandon him again. Gio is not just hurt, but he feels betrayed in a way no words can soothe. His entire life has been built on lies, memories of parents he never truly had, now completely upended. He feels as if he has never truly known who he is, that what he trusted has been stripped away. For him, learning that his parents are still alive is not a joy, but a shock that plunges him into a deep abyss of anger and disorientation. Dante, a man full of responsibility, realizes that if he does not act now, he may lose his son forever. He understands that Gio needs time to accept the truth, but at the same time, he knows that if he doesn't show Gio that he truly cares, he will never have the chance to be his father. Therefore, Dante may make a shocking decision. He could step down from his job in the police force to fully focus on connecting with his son. For a man who has spent his career defending justice, this is a bold move, but for him, nothing is more important than proving to Gio that he really wants to be present in his son's life. Brook Lynn is also facing a crisis of her own. She has always lived with the guilt of the child she never had the chance to raise, but now, she realizes that if she doesn't act, she could lose Gio once more. Her relationship with Chase is also under threat, as she never told him about having a child, and this could make Chase feel betrayed. But Brook Lynn understands that her love for Gio is more important than any relationship, and she is willing to give it all up to truly become his mother. Both Dante and Brook Lynn know that no words can immediately calm Joe's anger. But they can show through actions. They can prove to him that he is not alone, that he is not just a product of hidden secrets, but a part of a real family. They are ready to do whatever it takes to help him feel that he will never be abandoned again. But will Gio open his heart to accept them, or has the pain inside him grown too much to forgive? His anger is not just rage from being lied to, but the pain of someone who has completely lost his way. He no longer knows where he belongs, and he doesn't know if he can trust anything anymore. If Dante and Brook Lynn can't pull him from the depths of anger and despair, he may destroy himself. But whether Gio chooses to forgive or not, Dante and Brook Lynn know they cannot give up. This is no longer about the past, but the future of their son. And no matter how challenging the road ahead may be, they are ready to do whatever it takes to make up for the lost years. They only have one chance to heal the family, and they will not let it slip away again. Gio is sinking further into darkness as the truth about his identity makes everything in his life spiral out of control. He no longer trusts anyone, no longer feels like he belongs anywhere. The feelings of betrayal, being manipulated, and losing his way have transformed him into someone else, a person even he doesn't recognize. The deep wounds and anger are pushing Gio to dangerous limits, and if he can't find a way out, he may fall down a dark path with no return. The events are escalating, and everything is starting to slip out of control. Joe's outbursts are no longer confined to thoughts, they are beginning to affect how he acts. He is no longer a man just searching for the truth, he is becoming a man obsessed with pain and hatred. The emptiness inside him is growing, and he is starting to look for ways to fill it, even if it means through rebellion, destruction, or even revenge. Brook Lynn, who has always tried to reach her son, is facing an incredibly difficult situation. She lost Gio once when he was young, and now, when she has the chance to make up for it, she finds her son slipping further out of her grasp. Every time she tries to approach him, he pushes her further away. Every time she tries to explain, he looks at her with eyes full of hatred and suspicion. Brook Lynn has never felt as helpless as she does now. She doesn't know what to do to pull Gio from the darkness he is sinking into. But what's even scarier is that Joe's future is being controlled by the hatred and loss inside him. He no longer cares about old values, no longer believes in love or forgiveness. He feels like just a pawn in a game someone else has set up, and that makes him want to regain control in his own way, even if it leads him down a path of no return. This situation is not only affecting Gio, but it is also pushing Brook Lynn into a deep crisis. She is not only worried about her son but also worried about herself. Can she stay strong enough to keep fighting for Gio, or will she lose him again? If she can't find a way to help Gio see things differently, she may lose her son forever, not to death, but because he will no longer be the person she once knew. Things are getting more complicated, and Joe's internal conflict is just the beginning of a series of unpredictable consequences. He may become the one controlling his own fate, but if he chooses the wrong path, he may destroy everything himself. Brook Lynn could be the only key to saving her son, but will she have the strength to bring him back, or will she be swept into this storm too? One thing is certain, Gio is no longer harmless, and the darkness inside him is becoming more terrifying than ever before.